I'm a researcher at London School of Economics at the Department of Media and Communications.
My name is Aleksandar, born in Dubrovnik, Croatia. Lived most of my life abroad and have been working quite a bit in the internet communications and security privacy space.
My name is Kristina Pantelic and I am a university student of informatics.
I'm Lukas Spieler. I'm coming from Switzerland. I'm working as an environmental engineer in Switzerland and stopped that now for the traveling and studied renewable energies and environmental technology in Switzerland to my bachelor degree, which I finished 2 years ago.
My name is Shuli Halleck. I'm a visual artist that lives in New York City. My background is in photography primarily, so for many years I did large-scale photography of large-scale industrial sites, everything from cargo ships to energy, and then eventually photographed the infrastructure of the internet, like our core network, subsea cables, fiber optics. And now I'm doing sculpture work. I call them EMF sculptures. They're the electromagnetic fields of our devices that are made with ferrofluid, which is like liquid iron filings, and it's cast in resin.
My name is Vanja Stanic and I am a hardware and firmware developer for IoT. I work for All Things Talk at the moment, which is a company that's going to provide the cloud solutions for the project this year, which is the Klimerko.
When I come to a city, I'm always checking on the internet to find some nice happening that's going on, and that's how I found Descon. And I was reading a bit and I saw energy, sustainable and renewable, and that's what I'm interested in, and so that was set that I come here.
I have tried to come to Descon already for a number of years, just timing wasn't right this time. Timing was perfect, topics that are being discussed are perfect, and as well people are amazing, and the whole ecosystem around Descon is amazing, so really happy to be here.
As it happens, I saw Des about a month or two ago. I've known her for a few years now, and I briefly was talking about holograms, and she asked if I would like to do a workshop on holograms here in Belgrade, and I jumped at the opportunity to work with Des, to come to Descon and to visit Belgrade, which I've never been to before. So we did a very fun, interactive 3-hour workshop explaining how holograms work, the physics behind them, what makes them so different, and we even got to make a bunch of holograms, which was a lot of fun.
I heard of Descon from the Hack Club in Belgrade. I like this conference, especially I am on the workshop for hologram, how to make a hologram. And we finished now the introduction part, which was like a lecture, and I like it because here in Belgrade we don't have occasion to find out, and especially to learn how to make holograms, which we do now by ourselves.
Descon for me is actually a great event because I came here first time last year, and it was a really great experience with a lot of people from different countries working on a lot of different projects, and I chose the air quality project from last year, which is when I won, and this is the continuation, of course. And this year, well, we it seems that we have even more workshops and more people working on different things, which is great to see. And we only just started. It's 12 p.m., actually 1 p.m., so we'll see how it goes.
This is my second time in Descon this year. Last year I was part of Virtue, and I was here with my collaborator Sebastian Lehuede, and we also held various workshops here again on ethical decision making and ethical design in technology, and it was a great fun experience, so I wanted to do it again. And I'm particularly interested in Descon because of its sensitivity towards climate change and sustainability issues.
We'll be delivering a keynote with a focus on privacy and end-to-end encryption, taking care of the security aspects, also pointing out to some of the considerations when end-to-end encryption and security is being built into the products, and hope also to have some more good advice and tips for the guys that are implementing it, and at least to point them out to stupid mistakes that I've done so that they don't do the same things.
I'm here for holding 2 workshops at Descon as part of my research project, which is Virtue, which stands for Values and Ethics in Innovation for Responsible Technology in Europe. And I'm here in Descon because I know the people who attend Descon already have ethical sensitivities, and they care about sustainability, they care about open data, open hardware. So I thought that it would be a great opportunity to be here and hold our workshops here.
I'm building the workshop regarding the Klimerko device, where there will be 20 participants divided in 2 groups on 2 time frames. And they will be working on building their own Klimerko device, soldering the device, and basically they will afterwards be able to take it home, deploy it, and share the data with everybody. And the data will be available at klimerko.com. Klimerko is an air quality measurement device that's going to be available for everyone, as it's based on very simple devices that you can basically buy off for less than $25. Which makes it really accessible for a lot of people. But in the case of Descon this year, we are also using a 3D printed case, which will also have the files for the 3D print published, along with the firmware for the device, which means everybody who has an access to the 3D printer will be able to create one.
Here I attended some workshops which were pretty fun to talk about other people, like what's going on here in Serbia or in other parts. And that's what I did, and further on I will travel on and then go back to Switzerland and try to use some stuff that I learned here as well.
In addition to my being here as a researcher, I'm also here for a talk, which is based on my personal interest and personal experience of going zero waste in the last 3 years. So I'll have a talk today, and I'll talk a bit about my experience, why I started and what I'm doing, and why I think more people should join me.
I didn't really know what to expect. I've been to hackathons in New York, and this seems like I guess it's a lot more Des. It's a lot of fun, a great community of people, very easygoing. But I didn't really see too much of the actual capture the flag or those kinds of things that they're working on, but the talks have been super fascinating, and I like the angle she's taking on climate change and trying to incorporate that into the future of Descon. It's thought-provoking without making you feel hopeless about life, and I'm super excited to hear more of the talks and hopefully be back in the future.
Would definitely recommend to the guys around Impact Hub to focus more on open source, contribute to open source, find initiative that works well for them, because this is something what worked amazingly well for me in my career. I've seen also a number of other people where it worked fantastic, and as well whenever we are hiring people or whenever my companies are taking consultants to do a certain job. One of the first things what we do is like check their open source portfolio, and this is basically their window to the world and their face to the community. So something that I wish I knew a little bit more at the beginning of my career.